Greetings, Sir and Sirettes, and welcome back to Plague Inc. Evolved with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome to the Pirate Plague. So, in today's episode, we're going to try to get away from the insect-related plagues once more, and get back to the general insanity that is Plague Inc. Evolved custom scenarios. And what better way than to go ahead and do a little bit of pirating, with, as I said before, the Pirate Plague. A mysterious pathogen has emerged near the Caribbean shores. Those infected slowly transform into gold-hungry pirates. Command your global crew of the infected and bring about the second great era of piracy. So, I really hope this is a good one. I am yet to see a good pirate-based plague. I mean, I have seen several around, but never one which has particularly kind of got up there with the highest quality of scenarios. So, am I going to be a bit critical about this one? There's a good chance I will be, but let's see how we do. Also, near the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean themed, maybe? We'll have to see and find out. So, we are the Nurax worm, apparently, and I'm going to swap over Transstasis to Symptostasis. I keep on swapping between these two. Every time I have one scenario which really favours one, I then do that for the next scenario, only to find that, oh, I should have stayed with Transstasis. So here's hoping that today that doesn't quite come about. Normal, and we are the Hydrolysa virus? I don't know what that is. Oh, I bet it's a really obvious reference, and I'm just like, hoo-do-do-do-do. You are a minor Hydrolysa virus, converting all you infect into vicious, greedy, and brutal pirates. Am I about to Google this and feel really bad for not knowing what it is? I probably am. So, after a quick Google search, I'm actually none the wiser. Hydro, of course, is water, but Lysa, essentially, the only thing I could actually find was some form of old Greek spirit, which represented something or other, but nothing with the two combined. So if anyone actually knows what that means, feel free to leave it in the comments, but I haven't got a clue. Perhaps I'm just missing something really obvious, which certainly wouldn't be the first time. Anyway, we are beginning in the Caribbean, it seems, and that is well to be expected, as it was in the little intro thing. Okay, transmissions. We have nautical nonsense. Let the nautical nonsense begin. Well, that is a very good start, a very cool name. We also have bilge on the brain. The pathogen travels to the host's brain and commences the conversion process. Soon everyone will be pirates, and we have custom images. And really crisp ones at that. Pathogen DNA strands mutate and reassemble. More work is needed to develop a cure. We also then have alcoholic tolerance, of course. The pathogen builds up a resistance to normal antiseptic substances, decreases future research speed, and then regular cold. I think we'll go into transmissions first, and okay, that's more than I was expecting. We now have treasure. The pathogen evolves to be transmitted by fomites on valuable minerals and precious metals. Increases infectivity in wealthy areas, so that's always a nice one. We have dead men tell no tales. The pathogen can now be spread from dead hosts. That's a really early corpse transmission. I do approve. We also have blood one, which is the normal blood. But yeah, back to the corpse transmission. That means if we do have to go into some lethality, we could perhaps play a really aggressive game, which is never a bad thing. We have monkeys one. Monkeys and apes start to carry the pathogen, increases infectivity in rural regions, and then we have squids one, which is an awesome image. The pathogen's original host, it can manipulate cephalopods, increasing infectivity in water. My dyslexia went mental there. It was like, here is a list of 5 words in your head it could be. Good luck picking it, and after a good look, okay, cephalopods. We then have insect 1, which is normal insect. We have sand 1. Pathogen forms endospores to become lighter, allowing them to float on the wind. Increases infectivity, especially in arid countries and plains, conditions and plains. We have parrots, of course, because we are a pirate plague. Tropical birds become susceptible to infection. Avian carriers increase infectivity, land transmission, and mutation. And bilge rats are susceptible, so that's really cool. So far, a lot of flavor text there. I kind of dread clicking this, as I imagine it's going to be just as intense as that. Here comes some reading. We have seasickness. The pathogen causes feelings of nausea, headaches, and vertigo. We have confusion, a dopamine production stimulated to cause bouts of confusion in host, harder to concentrate on complex work, and we have halitosis. Bacteria growth in the mouth leads to foul-smelling breath. Okay. Did I read this one in the middle? Was that middle one always there? I don't think that was always there. Manipulation of dopamine transporters results in a form of ADHD, which encourages hosts to fly to target country, even though it's a ship. So that's essentially the Trojan horse. The Trojan plane. I might get that in the future, but right now we do need a little bit of severity. Dead men tell no tales, surprisingly severe there. Actually, most of the transmissions are. Like always, I've chosen symptostasis, and now I suddenly want transstasis. Every freaking time. Okay, so I kind of want to go into confusion. Okay, let's do confusion, leading to measured 4-year change. Chains. Year chains. That's really weird to say both of those combined, because it makes me say change. The pathogen reacts and evolves to suit its host, significantly reduces anxiety in the host, and minimizes severity of reactions. No! I want the opposite. Well, pirate talk. No, I won't do all this in the pirate speeches from earlier. Stiffening of vocal cords causes a deepening and Nordically themed voice change. Okay, that makes communicating significantly harder due to being difficult to understand. A bit like me at the moment with my speech impediment trying to fight its way back to the surface. And I want some more transmission with that. So, rural, urban areas, hot climates, increases chance of mutation, rich. See, I want some more infectivity if we're going to have that much severity though. So what I think I will do is get Parrots level 1, which is essentially the avian from the normal one, but with added severity. Tropical avian brain tissue compromised, causing birds to attack other species. Increases mutation, infectivity, and land-based transmission. Then I will get pirate talk. Yar, and such. So now we have a nice bit of severity for when we spread. Sea shanty. Hormone production induces a love of catchy tunes. These songs draw in nearby listeners, increasing infectivity. Okay. And aggression. Hypothalamic tap causes irrational hatred and violence. So that changed quickly, especially towards authorities and landlubbers. Well, that's really awesome with the Dead Men Tell No Tales, so possibly getting that in the future, but right now I think I would rather have Parrots level 2. Although we really need to get into the water, so let's go Squids level 1 next, so we can start to try and get out of the Caribbean and get everywhere else. We're actually infecting that really quickly, it must be said. Well, we are pretty infectious, but we're not that infectious. Aha! We are in Brazil! Actually, Caribbean, you count as a hot country, yes? Okay, so we have heat resistance, so that's good. We don't, however, have a wealth resistance. Decreased research speed, cold temperatures and climates, more research needed to develop a cure, but no urban and wealth. But that's why we have so many wealthy bonuses here, I suppose. Okay, so let's go with Treasure 1. And then Treasure 2 when we can. The pathogen can now exist on any valuable object in a dormant state. Object is the word I tried to say there. Waiting to be transferred. Increases infectivity in wealthy areas, and that's exactly what we want, although we've already been found, and we are on our way to being cured. Maybe I should have waited a little bit longer to actually get the severity and simply sacrificed a bit of speed. That might have been the better idea there. How are we doing in the US? Okay, now we look like we're doing absolutely fine in the US. So do I still want to get squids? You know, I kind of do. I want lots of them though. Ooh. And sandless plains though. I want plains as well. I want pretty much everything. So what I think I'm going to do is get cold resistance and hostile hijacking. Then we have Pieces of 8. Adrenaline secretion in Trojan hosts causes them to travel more, increasing infectivity in target country. We have Hostile Hijacking 2. Pheromone secretion used to get more hosts to travel on planes. And finally we have Pillaging and Plundering. Testosterone secretion in Trojan hosts causes destructive and aggressive behaviour in target country. Let's go to this place here. Go to China. Start infecting the East. The East and the West will soon be under our sway, and going yar, rather a lot in fact. Okay, let's get squids. Squids! Wait, did I get cold in the end? I did, okay. How's UK doing? UK's doing fine. Ooh, okay, how is Canada doing? And let's have a check how Greenland's doing, now we've infected that as well. We seem to be really effective, even with our low stats. I mean, even with them Greenland taking so long, so Cold 2 and Cold 3, the pathogen can now thrive on frozen glaciers. That's rather cool indeed. Do we want Liar's Dice? Not yet, no. Do you want more infectivity? Yes. Let's go with Squids 2 and then get Sand 1, that covers most of the areas we can infect. At this stage, I think I'm going to go a bit insane and start killing people. So, Dead Men Tell No Tales, and Dead Men Tell No Tales 2, the pathogen evolves to allow it to survive in a dead host for long periods of time, basically making the corpse transmission a little bit more efficient, I imagine. Insanity. Neuropathic manipulation causes severe emotional and behavioural abnormalities, increasing infectivity. Can be fatal. A bit of fatality for the poor infected scum. Marooned! The host has horrible hallucinations and is trapped within their own mind. Very hard to cure. However, no lethality, which I'm actually trying to ramp up at the moment. So, I'll leave that for now. Let's go to... Oh no, I've already been to West Africa. Darn it. An accidental double shot there. Which way do I go? Let's go with this and see if it matches here. Perhaps there's actually something special, or maybe this will just go there normally. Gangrene. Tendrils increase brain pressure, resulting in fever, which disrupts host priorities and decision making. Which doesn't really make much sense with gangrene, but okay. Fire in the hole! There be a cannon fire in ye bowels. Well, in your bowels. Barnacles. Painful barnacle-like growths emerge from the host's skin, causing bleeding and distracting from work. Oh, wow, there's lethality I wanted to find. Keelhaul. Horrific bleeding lesions open up on the host's skin, rapidly becoming infected and filled with pus. Basically, you die. Yellow fever, and that's that. We have measured fear change, read it before. Kind of want to see what goes with this line, though. So we've already reached kind of the end when it comes to the lethality. So let's have a look here. Seasickness leads to Grog Blossom. The pathogen ferments sugars within the host body, producing a constant state of intoxication. The host's vertigo subsides when it's on moving foundations, psychologically drawing it towards the waters. Oh, so this is more the conversion route. Walk the plank, which is actually a little bit lethal. The pathogen significantly increases intracranial pressure, severely disrupting host's risk-reward analysis, resulting in risky, unsafe, and impulsive decisions. Dance the hempen jig. The victim spasm and convulse with micro-seizures, reduces infectiousness, but is extremely hard to cure. I'm actually okay with that right now. And the black spot. I am thinking this is a bit of a reference to Pirates of the Caribbean, especially since we're pirates, starting in the Caribbean. Black seeping lesions open up the host's flesh, increasing infectivity, severity, and can be fatal. I'd certainly imagine so with that. The pathogen releases neurotoxins, which cause fever, disorientation, and suicidal impulses in the host. Okay, well that's actually even worse than that one, so clearly that's not the conversion route. I wonder if there even is a conversion route. We'll have to see if the cheat mode is active after this run, just to actually check, as I feel like death is kind of the only option now. Is everywhere infected at this stage? Everywhere but the Baltic states. We are being cured actually rather quickly, it must be said. Where is the other anti-cure effort? There we are, marooned. Oh look, a special one. Davy Jones's locker. The infected finally realise the passion of the sea air and salty waters as the world descends into a piratey paradise. Oh, there's the win condition. That's really weirdly placed, it must be said. Oh, I've got it now, that's the important thing. We just need a bit more infectivity. So let's go with wealth level 2, let's go with that. Just anything, really. Monkeys 1 for rural, and monkeys 2 eventually. Actually, what is the Baltic states? Oh, it's rural. Well, there's a good bonus then. There you go, double bonus for the rural areas. So we should have infected everywhere now. Yep, so now, if this is the win condition, all we need to do is infect everywhere. Considering that actually lowered lethality, I'll be very surprised if it isn't. And yes, which means we win? Yes! The whole world worships... Oh, it's not a custom end. But still, fantastic. So there we are, we turned the whole world into a piratey paradise. And yes, I will rank this up. So, what did I think about this? What did you think about this, first of all? Leave it in the comments with your opinions and such. But I personally really loved this. It was simple but really in-depth. It didn't really do anything out of the ordinary in terms of a plague scenario, but it had really nice custom art. It had a really nice story going throughout. The English was pretty much spot on, other than a few very minor errors here and there, most of which caused me to trip over my words, but not really that big a deal, especially if you're just reading it and not, well, recording it for YouTube, let's say, as someone with dyslexia and a speech impediment. Yeah, overall, really liked it. I'm going to say 4.5 out of 5. The only negative I would say is that the win condition is really weirdly placed. I stumbled to it by accident, and it's in the middle of the infection kind of traditional illness section with things like gangrene and insanity and killing yourself. It's not really that logically placed. I think one of those 4 trees should have been a little bit more dedicated to actually converting people into pirates, because I thought the top right tree was the pirate tree near the end, but clearly I was wrong. But even with that minor gripe, really liked it, and if it gets a little bit improved, maybe some events or a custom ending, because I know that is possible now, then I think it would be 5 out of 5 and on the front page. Really liked it, and I hope everyone at home liked it too. If you have enjoyed the video, of course, then likes, favourite, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Plague Inc. Evolved is a series you wish to see continued in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye. And of course, do take care. Yar.